everyone. Welcome to Tool Talk. It's Heather.
And Amber.
Yay. So today we're here in our fourth segment of our menopause episodes that we've been doing. And we're going to talk about hormone replacement therapy today.
All right.
Yes. So Amber and I are kind of in different places in our menopause, perimenopause journey. And I am older than her, but she has gone a whole lot quicker through the whole slide into menopause than I am. So we're at different places. So we kind of had a different offerings to share. So I'll let Amber start about what she is doing and why.
Okay. So I'm already postmenopausal, and I will say that I wish I had realized what was happening. I feel like I know the day that perimenopause started for me.
You were very against hormones, if I remember.
I was.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to do this fourth part, because back then I was like, I'm just going to ride this out. I told my doctor that, and I really thought, I'm not, there's nothing wrong with being this. I'm not a complete tree hugger, but I have some tendencies. So I just thought, I don't want to put that stuff in my body. I'm not going to do that. It increases your risk for cancer. La, 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 la. But then I started to read and to understand what happens when you do take hormone replacement therapy. I found out that the studies that the doctors used to say, no, this can increase your risk for breast cancer, that had already been proven that it was incorrect. And I had to change my outlook on hormone replacement therapy. Now, I will say that I'm doing it because of symptom management and because I'm trying to preserve some of the loss that we have when the hormones shift and go away. For instance, heart health, brain health, that's very important to me. Muscle mass, keeping what I have on my body and being able to build a little bit. Those are the things that are really important for me. So let's talk about that. So I really have to be honest. It's not that my symptoms were terrible. Did I have hot flashes? Sure. But I have seen people have hot flashes and they look like they did a full-on HIIT workout. Mine was just, I felt hot and I did not want to be in my clothes anymore. That's pretty much what I was like, let me get out of my clothes. So that bothered me. And then I didn't really have night sweats. I would be hot at night and I'd have to kick the covers off. And then we talked about that. Then you're freezing, you put it back on. It was like this back and forth, back and forth. I never was like sweating through my pajamas or anything like that. It was just really more a hot flash for me during the night. Woke me up and messed up my sleep. So my sleep was the big thing that was really bothering me. And the other thing was, which this is so personal, but we need to talk about it, is just like sexual desire just completely was gone. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not in love with this extra belly fat that I got. So that was at the top of my symptoms. But I wanted to, that is my physical, how I look, and being a personal trainer, that can be very difficult when you're having a hard time trying to control that extra body fat. But when I went to my doctor, I said, these are the top 3 things that are bothering me. My sleep is terrible. My libido is just in the trash. And then I said, I'm not going to lie, it's the weight gain too, but I'm going to put that down at the bottom because I'd like to help the other 2 before I worry so much about the weight gain. So as I talked with my doctor, and this is something that you guys, if you want to talk to your doctor about it, you need to go in with questions and be prepared and tell them what's bothering you. She also knows that I am very concerned with my longevity and that I want my health to be excellent, all the way through until the end of my life. So I wanted to have that good longevity. So as we talked about these things, and I told her what my top 3 things were that I was worried about, then she told me what might be some good parts for the treatment, some HRT, hormone replacement therapy. So I did choose to first start off with progesterone because that was going to help with the sleep, and it definitely did. I already was taking magnesium glycinate to help with my sleep, so we added the progesterone to that. I did well with that, and then we added the estradiol patches, and that has seemed to work well for me. And then I did choose to use testosterone to help a little bit with the libido. So interesting, she talked to me about the pellets. Those are very popular. And I knew that I did not want those because from what I have read, they stick these pellets in you, and you just have this, testosterone in your body, and then it just releases. And so I did not feel comfortable having something that I didn't have control over the amount of what was going into my body. So I chose to do the testosterone cream, and you can also get it in shots. So it was funny. So I was like, when she said shots, I said, do I have to give myself the shot, or are you going to give it to me? And she was like, oh no, you have to give it to yourself. I was like, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. So I just went with the cream. I like that because then I have the ability to, once we do my blood test and we see what it's looking like, if I feel like it's a little too high, then I can just not put the cream on. So that is what I chose to do. Now, in conjunction with the hormone therapy, I also take supplements. Now, if you look, you will see that I was not a supplement, fan for a long time. But I realized as you get older and you start to have your blood work done, sometimes you do have to take supplements. So I take higher quality supplements, and I only take what I need. And this was something I discussed with my, nurse practitioner. So my vitamin D was low, so I take that. My vitamin B12 is low, so I take that. She suggested that I take DHEA, and I take something called DIM, which is supposed to help you, DIM. It's supposed to help your body expel and get rid of the bad estrogen, I guess, that we don't want built up. So because I'm taking estrogen, then I have to take that as well. I was taking magnesium a long time ago because I had the muscle aches and the bad sleep. And so I take magnesium glycinate for that. And then she did suggest that I take a fish oil capsule. So I take one of those. And those are the things that I do at nighttime. I take all of that at night, and my sleep is better. I feel pretty good. My energy levels are up. I did have an increase in that libido. It definitely came back, and I didn't feel like I was dead inside, because that's really what I felt like. And as somebody who's not quite 50 and who is in a, marriage where I, love my husband, I want to be with him, that was important to me to change that. So that's what I've done. And it was really about symptom management and longevity for me. So Heather, I know you're not on hormone replacement therapy, but you were having some symptoms of your own. And so tell our audience a little bit about your journey and what you have chosen to do on your end.
So like I said, when we started, I'm not at the exact same place that Amber is. I'm very early on through the perimenopause. I started having the hot flashes, and at some point then I thought it would be a great idea to stop my birth control pill just to see what happens, because, I'm at the age, right? I'm not at the age. It was bad. It was so bad. So now I'm back on, and we're trying to get everything leveled out. My hot flashes, I had hot flashes pretty regularly for about maybe a month and a half, and then they have dissipated. I still have the night sweats, but I've learned how I need to dress and how to manage my surroundings to help those. So I don't feel like I'm at a place where hormone replacement therapy is something that I need yet. So I think a lot of people, we want to know what's going to happen and when. So when we hit this age, we should start taking this, and this, because it's what, and we're all different. So we all cycle through this part of our life very differently. So, just like everything else that we pound into you, you need to do what works for you. So just because you're at a certain age, or you feel like you're at a certain point, you shouldn't be on board or not on board with taking the hormone replacement therapy. You have to listen to your body again.
Yeah. And I think working with a medical professional who will actually talk to you and explain things.
Yes.
Mine probably hate it when I come in because I have my little iPad and I have all my questions written out. And that's the thing. You need to go in prepared. So think about this. If you are on this journey right now, what are your symptoms that you're experiencing? What do you not want to deal with anymore? You know, like I didn't want to have low libido. That was like top of my list. What are some things that you're like, okay, this isn't that bad? Like my hot flashes weren't that bad. That wasn't really something that I was like, okay, we got to get rid of these immediately. What else are you feeling? Are you having muscle aches and pains? Are your ears itching? You know, are you dry? Like your eyes and all of your orifices end up getting dry when you are a perimenopausal, postmenopausal female. A lot of women experience that. Again, not everybody. You know, not everybody has hot flashes either, which I find that very interesting.
Very weird, very weird.
So, and then don't be afraid. You know, like I was like, absolutely not for hormone replacement therapy. And I see a lot of people, a lot of women who are afraid because of the cancer aspect. Talk to your doctor about that and make sure that you're with someone who is up to date with the information, because you can look up the research information yourself. You need to make sure you're looking at a credible source. Go to Google Scholar and then, you know, type that in, and you have to feel confident in your choice, but you need to ask those questions and to be able to know what exactly it is that you need. The other thing that I would suggest also is look at what happens to a postmenopausal female if she doesn't take the hormones, because that's where the shift happened for me. I did not want to have a decrease in my brain health. There's heart disease in my family, so I did not want that risk to go up. Those were the things that I started thinking about, and I was like, yes, I want to protect my brain health. And I already, you know, because you have that brain fog, and you already think like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Early stages of dementia right now.
Yes. And I mean, you just lose words. You can't remember things. That's super fun when I'm trying to explain something to someone or I'm presenting. And then I'm like, I sound like an idiot because I can't find the word. I'll forget things. My husband will tell me something and then he'll be like, don't you remember we talked about that? I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's not in there anymore. So it's really hard sometimes to keep up with all of the things. That brain fog is just, so I thought, I don't want that to get worse. So, but I have friends who have not taken hormones at all and they're fine. They don't have any negative, you know, health issues at the current moment. And hey, that's great. If that's the path you go down, you're more natural and you want to do that, wonderful. I was going to go that path and then I was like, never mind this. No, give me the drugs. So that's what I did. Yeah.
All right. So we've covered all of the things, everything that you could ever need to know about menopause and perimenopause right here on Tool Talk. Hopefully we've helped open your eyes a little bit, give you some insight on what you should be focusing on, what you need to talk to your doctors about, what you need to do health-wise to make your life a better experience.
Yeah, because you don't have to suffer necessarily through this. There's a lot of help out there, and sometimes you just have to find the right person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And remember, you guys, we do have an online program called Rockin' Menopause. We teach you the workouts. We give you some sample eating ideas. There is like a sample meal plan in there. Of course, you know, we don't tell you what to eat, but it can give you some ideas of ways to make that, you know, higher fiber, more protein, less added sugar in your meals. So check that out. We'll put that down in the show notes. And if you ever want to go on a retreat with us where we actually cook for you and teach you all of these things and show you just how great you can feel just with a couple days with us, join our newsletter, which that link will also be down in the show notes.
And we're just fun to hang out with.
Yeah, I mean, super fun.
Yes.
We're very entertaining. I like to sing and dance for people.
Does. I do not.
Heather is she's the cook most of the time, the chopper. Yes, yes, she does.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can be a little
off.
kilter.
It's okay.
That has nothing to do with menopause. That
No,
is called
it's
ADHD right there. All right, y'all. We hope you have the best day. Thank you for tuning in. And if you've got a friend that you know needs to listen to this and it can help them out, please share with them.
Bye.
Bye.